here at the VOD review today. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so should we start with Route 66 then?
Yeah.
The best map. Okay. Okay, let's just go all the way back. All right, now let's get ready to start. By the way, just a question: is it? Oh, okay, leaks. Is this going to be your Open Vision team moving forward? Like all of you guys?
Not necessarily.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
You're hoping for a lot here, Express.
Who knows, man?
Feels bad.
Maybe Christmas Miracle will have a main roster by then.
You might have someone else like Azaria, but feels bad.
Okay. So right now you guys are running Zenyatta Goats, and they are running Zenyatta Goats. Fun meta, right? So to start off the VOD review, what I want to say, when you're on this map, do you know what you should be doing? Just right off the bat.
Like when we first start,
Off the map.
When you first start.
we're just pushing the payload.
Okay.
And like scouting tunnels as well.
I'm surprised this wasn't called, but a good thing to always do is to go
Always
onto
Sonic the train.
Sonic the train to see if they're in there, and then swap onto your support characters, so either Zenyatta or Lucio. Usually Lucio, because Lucio provides speed. He doesn't need speed if you're going to be scouting, right? Just to make sure that they're not into this initial train here, because if they're there and you don't suspect them to be there, you won't be in position to.
Yeah. You got to scout the train, but also the tunnels, because like when we were in defense, Barrett got us to sit in the tunnel.
Okay. Yeah, that tunnel over there is really good, especially if you're running Mei. You could even substitute Brigitte for Mei on defense, and work with that. I've had lots of success in it with in scrims.
My own defense.
Yeah, Mei on defense, and then you sit right here and you're able to contest while standing in this tunnel pretty much, and then you can get 3 fights, because if you win the second fight, you should have ultimates. Then the payload moves back, and then let's say if they even win here, it won't go far enough, so you get a 3rd fight, which will be a retake. Okay. So first off, so they did end up making a switch. I didn't see it. So they swapped to Winston. So what should you guys be doing in normal Goats composition with Zen against the Winston composition? Nobody knows?
Holding your shield up.
Holding your shield. Well, yes and no, depending on the situation. That's just like forehead answer.
Isn't that like huge shield advantage? You just slowly total at them and discord anything.
Yeah, you do have shield advantage. That is a thing, but what should you be mainly playing for or looking out for? For example, when you're on Goats v Goats, you're going to be playing Discords, right? So same thing sort of applies here. So usually yeah. So you're going to be doing the same thing with Discords, just like a Reinhardt composition, but worse. When the Winston dives in here, right, or Winston dives in general, breaking his bubbles and focusing him down is a great way to kind of take care of him. If he gets Zarya bubble, you don't bash him, of course, right? You wait for the bash to go off when the Zarya bubble's gone, depending on the situation.
Yeah.
So let me just forward this and see how everything goes. Okay. So right here, so what they're planning to do here, right? So what Zen, any Zen Goats composition does. I think on this map in particular, because they're playing on low ground, Winston's worse, right? As soon as Winston jumps in, so right here, he used leap, he uses shield. You guys could just speed into the Winston and kill him. If he doesn't have Diva Defense Matrix, he's going to take a lot of damage for doing this, right? Their whole team ends up dropping, but something I want to point out here is if you're playing Reinhardt, right, they are going to be looking to stun bash you As soon as you get bashed, that means your shield drops. When your shield drops, you can get discorded. When your shield is up, you cannot get discorded, right? So as soon as your shield drops, you're gonna get discorded and focused down. So you either have to get a bubble from your Zarya at this point, or immediately shield, right? So you cannot take any damage from anybody but Brigitte and Winston. Those should be the only two characters able to damage you when you're discorded. If your shield is down and you're discorded, you're gonna take damage from full charge Zarya, D.Va, and Zenyatta, right? And Lucio. It's not gonna end up very well. So right here you get bashed, immediately you should be putting up your shield. As soon as you're out of the bash. You've been bashed, you're discorded. All this HP up here is going to get bursted down, so let's watch. So this is how the composition works, and this is why it's so strong. Hold shield, bashed, instantly killed. See that? So that is how you run Goats comp. This is the fundamentals of it. So something to learn, so moving forward, if you're ever going to get bashed, you always want to try to pull out a defensive option. So something to defend yourself. On Reinhardt could be shielding. Depending if they charge, you're going to be counter-charging. Anything to prevent you from taking a little bit less damage. So, and something else I want to add here. If you get bashed, after your bash, so you've just been stunned, right? Let's wait for the stun to happen. You want your D.Va to be putting Defense Matrix over you. Because what does it mean when they stun the Reinhardt? All the focus fire from every single hero on the enemy team is going to be going into the Rein. Regardless, Winston's Tether and Zarya's Beam, you can't Defense Matrix, but regardless of that, you should be trying to negate as much damage as you can, because you know it's going to be going on to the enemy Reinhardt. That is the purpose, that's the main purpose of D.Va instead of a Ghost composition. That's why you've seen, if you're watching NA Contenders, you've seen a little bit more of Rein and Winston, and the purpose of that is they can do, Winston is a little bit better dealing with Brigitte, where D.Va isn't, but you don't have the value of the Defense Matrix. And this is why DM is so valuable. So moments like these are just less powerful for the enemy team.
I think maybe we should just everyone surround like we move with the payload. Like so even like he got bashed by the Briggy. He still can use the payload to minimize the damage. Just everyone stay with the payload and then move together. Just
yeah. That's something else I wanted to talk about too. When you're in escort maps, especially on attack, you should only be trying to take fights where you have to, right? So this right here was kind of a forced engagement. The cart's still moving this way. There's no real reason to push. The only reason to push a fight on attack is so you can push the payload further, right? So it's like I don't know if you guys do computer programming, of course, it's like if and, right? So if the enemy team is contesting the payload, you have to force a fight, right? You have to engage at that moment, or if they're going to contest the payload. So right here, there's no real danger of that happening. So there was no reason for you to be pushed up this far. And if you're on main tank especially, you should be always mindful of bashes and know when you're going to be bashed. So if you see Brigitte playing far up, right, you have to play a little bit more back. As much as possible. So, and I just want to back up a little bit more because I want to see where your bubbles came out with, Shla, as well.
My bubble one, my friendly was a bit early because I thought he was in danger, and then I didn't have it for when he got bashed.
Okay. I want to see where your friendly came out though.
It's right here.
Okay, yeah. So the friendlies. Okay. So the friendly's purpose is to build charge. So I have no problem with that. Especially if you know, so Winston uses leap, so you know he has no leap cooldown, so that he can engage in a team fight. So using your bubble to build charge is completely fine in this situation, right? Especially because the first fight just happened. Yeah. Your Reinhardt should be mindful of that, and your D.Va as well, because if you get bashed, you're gonna have to get DM from the D.Va, and the Reinhardt is gonna have to put back up his shield. But it looks like after he got bashed, so let's watch the bash. There was no attempt to put up the shield, right? It was just swing.
I think we're focusing someone in the comms. I think that's why we were still trying to push for it. I think I remember Merit was calling.
We need to punish this Winston, but we were like a bit late, and then
that's why.
And we're like, next time. It's a bit like you were saying, the Winston jump, and Merit was like, okay, we should have spit on him and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah, yeah.
we were meant to engage, but we didn't engage. So
Yeah.
that's why
Okay.
like we weren't being defensive.
To that I would say, regardless, just like even fundamental Ryan, even if you're engaging in the team fight, you should, if you get stunned and you're half HP with Discord, you should always be putting up your shield.
Yeah.
Right? There's really no excuse for this. Even if you are engaging, you can walk with your shield forward if you need to. Okay, so after this, so what I would say here, because you guys decided to engage, you guys kind of have to take this fight. So regardless if you lost your Reinhardt early, it's not like a Widowmaker pick. Like you're all in spawn and you get picked with Widowmaker. It's just like, okay, regroup. If you've already started to engage, you already have a little bit of space, so you may as well be trying to take a team fight and trying to work off of something.
Yeah, well, you have to because I have Lucio.
So yeah, so this Winston right here, he should die, 100%. So this Winston jumping up there here. So let me just go back. I can't see because of the video. He cuts himself off from his entire team. So as soon as the enemy main tank loses line of sight of the enemy team, that's a good time to push him. Even if you're able to push him off this way, it's even worse for him, right? But yeah, okay. This is generally a lost team fight up to that point.
Yeah.
If you're running 3-3 and you lose your main tank, it's very, very hard or difficult to win the fight without ultimates. First fight, of course, was always without ultimates.
The main tank said you say if he got bashed by the Brigade, he should hold his shield, but his shield was broken. He can't, so he doesn't have shield. So he has to swing. Otherwise, yeah.
It was
Oh yeah, because they did focus the shield at the start. You can see his shield breaking actually at the start. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
No shield anymore. Can't hold.
Like it takes a lot of damage here. I'm pretty sure. Oh, is it the other phone thing? Yeah, see, it's like broken as fuck,
Yeah.
already.
right there. That this is indicating that it's half.
Yeah.
So right now it's full, right? This, as soon as it breaks like that, that's 1,000 HP, right? So there's no ever breaking animation. I believe he still
Yeah.
could have put it up to break if he needed to keep himself alive. But again, it just wasn't your fault on main tank. It was also your D.Va's fault for not properly defense matrixing you
Yeah.
when you got bashed.
He just gave up. It's a 1 HP right now.
I think this first game by us was quite sloppy though.
Let's find out why.
Because we had like no comms actually, I'm pretty sure. Like, other two maps are better because we started.
Okay, we'll see. But usually the bad maps are the best ones to like review and look over because you can see,
Yeah,
you know what I
for
mean,
sure.
what issues happened, right?
In fact, I think this is our first ever game with Lioncroft. So it's like
Second.
second? Oh, okay.
First for me because I didn't play the other one.
What ends up happening here? Sorry. Okay, so they end up blowing their bubble and other cooldowns, I assume, to gain ult charge.
Just B9 things.
Oh,
Yeah.
what are you looking at, AK?
Oh, goodness.
Looking at Bina pushing his pillow.
Thank
My
you.
bad.
Looking at B9,
Okay.
the MVP.
There's not much else to say, but that fight was won because of they made a big mistake, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see this to start off first of all. So right here, when they're going to be engaging like this, so usually what happens is their tank will drop to bait out a bash, right? When another person like either their Brigida will be coming in so that they don't get bashed, right? That'll be the usual case. So I think this is what's happening here. But people do it unconsciously, so even you guys will do it if you're going to be running Winston Goats, is this exact same thing where you fly in so then the D.Va takes the bash, then the Brigida can come in for free and not have to worry about it. Right? Which I think you hold the bash, which is really, really good play
Merit holds it.
from Jeff.
Oh, Merit gets us to hold it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but that it's very smart to do. So if you know that they're going to be doing this, or if you see this, especially on Brigida, you always want to make sure to kind of hold it for some things. Like, for example, if they're doing a recontest like this, and you see both of them jumping in, of course D.Va has defense matrix, so even if you bash her, she's still going to have DM to kind of keep herself alive, and she has so much HP. Right? If the Brigida drops the cart, which she did, which you kind of read her doing, you're able to bash that, punish it, and you should be able to win the team fight as soon as the Brigida goes down. Okay. They Transcendence. What I like to do when they're Transcendencing is always go for a rally, right? It just gives your team a little bit more sustain. I know it's kind of bad to rally in the team fight because you can't build it outside, but it gives you a little bit more sustain for your team because if they rally, usually their tanks are going to push on your supports, right? Rally is most effective to your supports and your Zarya.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, and you should be able to clean them up from here. Okay, so Lucio should be going to spawn right now to speed back Zen, which he's not. The thing is, without Zen, when your team pushes up, after capping a point, you don't really get any value, because Zen is, I guess, like the longest range hero instead of Goat's composition. Ooh, okay. So let's go back here, okay? So, a couple things. So you guys you guys have your Grav, you guys have Bomb, right? So what does this mean? If anybody can answer this.
Means we win.
Wait for bubbles, grab bomb stun.
Grab Bob stun. But who are you going to be stunning to the bomb?
Ryan.
Reinhardt, right?
Yes.
So let's go look at this and see what happens. So your Reinhardt ends up dying, first off. Again, discorded. And regardless of, let's say if you do end up grabbing, so right now he's half HP. Every time you get stunned, you should be trying to put up your shield, or you should have some DM over him, right? So you see he gets stunned right there, and no DM, right? And then instantly dies by D.Va missiles, right? So even if you waited a little bit, because right here it wasn't completely necessary to throw the bomb.
Did you see? Right?
You couldn't, yeah.
He moved.
You can kind of float around. You could wait to DM, then throw the bomb just a
It
little
just
bit.
looks like he pathetically
somebody-
stubbed his toe and just fell over.
Yeah.
He just tripped over, man.
And also, Jasper, as soon as you see Reinhardt get stunned or
Yeah.
booped around, you should be throwing the pack on him. Right here, you react a little bit late and you try to throw the pack on him right here. See that? Because I can tell because your shield carries, right?
Yeah.
Telling me that you tried to throw the pack, but he died. So then you lose your pack and the Reinhardt dies. So make sure always, if your Reinhardt gets stunned, to throw him the pack.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
The Jasper just see his right arm just
Okay.
move.
And then another thing right here. So you see this? You decide to bash into right there. So you bash into the grab, right?
Oh no, that was Merit's call. Merit said they had beat, so we want to bash the beat.
Yeah, I was
And
trying
charge
to bash
the
the
Ryan.
Lucio.
Yeah, that's what happened. I remember that.
You wanted me to try and like cancel his animation.
Yeah, because originally the original plan was to grab, bomb, charge the Ryan out, and bash the Lucio to get the beat out.
Ah, okay. But what I would say to that is because you try to pack your Ryan, you've seen your Ryan was dead, right? So in this situation, because you don't have I would say you don't need to, it's not necessary. But in this situation, if you don't have a Reinhardt, it is now your job to take out the shield. So if your Reinhardt is alive, it's your Reinhardt job. Let's say if your Reinhardt charges into the grab, but he gets booped, it is now your job. You're now the substitute, if that makes sense.
Right.
So Ryan is the teacher, you're the substitute teacher, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Right? In any of these situations. So so that is a good shot call by Merit. I never heard anybody ever trying to cancel a beat because it's such on a weird time angle. And usually Lucio should be if they know they have grab bomb and you have beat. For Lucio, you should be staying on. You should be For Lucio, you should be staying on high ground, so you're able to get your beat off if they do end up grabbing. So that's a mistake from him.
Luckily, he like did his shield down, so we still got 2. I don't know.
I feel like charging Ryan shield is kind of unreliable. Surely it's more consistent if we just like both Brig and Ryan try to charge the Ryan. So I feel like bashing that lead is also pretty unreliable as well.
Yeah. In Zarya, in this composition in particular, usually before, so when it was like Mora, you were trying to like get high energy, right, and build grabs off cooldown. That was like the meta. Now it's just trying to keep your Ryan alive. It doesn't matter what energy you are if your Ryan's dead, right? Because you're fighting 5v6. Because your damage. So for example, if their Ryan's alive, your Reinhardt's dead, and you're playing Zarya, you can't do shit because they have a shield. You can't do anything, right? So it doesn't matter if you're 100 charge or 0 charge. Zarya versus Ryan shield is you know how it is, right?
Yeah.
You can't build any ult charge. You can't do any damage. You're pretty much just useless. So that's why they find it now it's better to keep your Ryan alive, and then because you get it. Okay, so this is standard Go. So this is how you play it. So Ryan jumps on payload. What do? You bash him. He gets discorded, focused down, and he dies immediately. So that's what you want to see. And this usually means a one-team fight. They don't have a Ryan that allows your Ryan to shatter, pin, charge, do whatever he wants, hold his shield, play the shield advantage. So this is one-team fight right off the bat. So after you're done killing Ryan, so let's say if this map was just flat, for example, pretend this was the map, and we just had, let me get a bunch of stickers here. We just had like Ryan and a bunch of other heroes. Just imagine that, okay? You get what I'm saying. Who would be the next character you focus down in Goat's composition?
Brig or
Brig or Zara, right?
Yeah, so Brig. So the second character you always want to kill in Goats in almost any situation is Brig, regardless of ultimates. Because that enables you to pretty much kill everybody else on the team. If the Brig is alive, they still have enough sustain to kind of maybe win the fight. So if you notice
what if there's like a high energy Zarya that has no personal?
A higher energy, if there's a high energy Zarya, it's usually worth it to go focus on the kill him. But the problem is you can if they have their Brig alive. Like for example, if you are to shatter the Zarya to try and kill that Zarya, you can get bashed, you can get booped from the Brig when you go to charge and pin him. If the Zarya has, so for example, let's just say I'm still on the sticker. If you have your Zarya here, right? Look how much health you have with that armor. Even a Ryan charge won't kill you, right? But at the same time, you can't hit that Ryan charge because Briggy does alive. So it's going to be Reinhardt, and then what you want to do is you want to Discord bash stun kill Ryan, and then Discord Brig, and then focus the Brig down.
So pretty much always Brig next.
Yeah. So this is what you'll see. So let me give you an example with this team fight. You'll see Ryan die. This is all done unconsciously though. You'll see Ryan die, and then you'll see Brig die, and then you'll see the rest of the team die. Even though I believe you guys were at an ultimate disadvantage coming into this fight. So that's usually the pattern that you see. And why kill the Ryan or Brig first? This is Analyst. So Analyst instead of Contenders North America and Overwatch League, they found that in team fights, the two heroes, when they die, for percentage of team fights won was Reinhardt and Brig, in that order.
Huh.
Right.
So it's not just like there's like some coaching, like some reason behind it. There's also analytical data stating that it helps. So yeah, Ryan's gonna die and probably Brig. Let's see. Okay. I just want to back up to a little bit of mistakes. I got a little bit distracted here, looking for the Rhine and Brig. So they have grab bomb, right? You
Yep.
guys have transcendence, and you guys have your own bomb. So what could you be doing instead of this team fight?
Not to die to their grab bomb, and maybe we can. And we are
Easy.
close to grab as well. We might. We just focus their Rhine down first, and then we can just grab bomb.
Save.
But right now you don't have your grab. So right
save
here you have
bubbles
two
for Ryan.
options.
And then,
Yeah. So you have save your bubbles to try and win the fight, or you lose the fight and you go to the next fight trying to win it. The better option here is trying to win this fight because you have transcendence and you have bomb. So you have similar ultimates, but it's going to be a little bit harder. It's almost impossible to win. So if they play it perfectly correctly, they can win in this team fight. The only way to stop them from winning is saving your bubbles for when the graph comes out. Because right here you're already decent enough charge that you don't need to use your bubbles very offensively, right? Just from looking at you, I can see that you're about 80% charge, right?
Whoops.
Yep. So right
Probably
here, if
waited
they're
for
able
it.
to stun your Ryan, you should die if they play it correctly.
No, wait, then Briggs there. Why didn't he stun? Maybe he stunned.
Yeah, he might have stunned before. So I'm saying, so this fight was won by their mistake, right? Which is
Yeah.
something that you don't want, right? So for the future, if you're already high energy, don't get greedy. Play it very, very, very smart, right?
Okay.
Why work hard when you can work smart?
Why he doesn't smart? Because he used his bubble too early.
Well, yeah.
I didn't say it was like,
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Relax.
I feel like because we nuked the Ryan, like half their team kind of started backing out, but then they pulled the trigger, so the Brig was like nowhere to be found. Just stun our Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's exactly what happened, I think. But they still could have won the fight, being 5v6 with grab bomb. Perfect. So what I like to do here, by the way, if you have grab bomb and shatter, you always want to be looking for shatter first, because if that shatter connects, you don't have to use the grab bomb. You can hold it for the next fight. And this allows Reinhardt to build his next shatter with the bomb.
yeah.
So this is very, very good. And I would say as well, the beat was fine with Merit to come out. And let's see why Urian died. Yeah, so you give him the bubble for when he charges, which is good, right? So then now he's not able to get stunned or booped out of his charge, which Brig tries to do. And she even lands it, but you have the bubble. So you prevented, so you allowed this pin to hit by bubbling him, right? So that's good. That's a good bubble. So right now he is still swinging. Okay.
And none of us noticed the Brig there.
Yeah.
He was just high. He thought we are going.
Yeah. Even if you're going in, I don't see a particular reason to swing here, right? So you just use your shatter. You're half HP, so if you're half HP, you should be using your shield. Right? You have a barrier where when you hold it up, you're invincible. Right? So like swinging like that, right? So you died, but you got 7% ult charge. Right? So in these situations, like it's really not worth swinging here.
He likes winning.
Yeah, and because that you died, they used their Earth Shatter. Your team got shattered, and then I think you lost the fight. Yep. So yeah. So in the future, so that I would say would be a bad habit. If you're ever
Still
gonna,
killed there, right?
if you have Discord, you want to be very, very careful if you're going to be pushing.
Of course, B9 still managed to kill their Ryan.
I think he doesn't know the Briggy was behind, and then he got Discord in behind. He got booped.
Probably
Into their
stunned
team.
and
Yeah, basically should have
flailed.
showed the windows at half.
Okay. Okay. But regardless of if the Brig's behind or not, Brig can do damage if he's in front of Ryan. right? So it doesn't matter where the brine is back.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Okay.
His ping was really high this game. He had to restart or something.
I could not check HP because ping was high. Sorry. I play on 170 ping every day.
I think it was
What?
at like double. He's at 170 now, which is good.
No, he was 170 with this one.
Oh, and this one? Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the second. Oh, yeah.
I fucked that bomb. It slid a little bit too far. That's my bad. I know that was my.
First time to play 180.
I just-
Yeah, no. I understand getting used to ping. No, I understand how it is. When you get used to ping, I would say up to 220 is playable. In my experience. Because I could play on Australian servers.
Anything over 200 is like, oh, I can't.
Yeah, not many people want to do that though.
I'm playing like Widow and shit though.
This is my bad. My bomb slides a bit too far. I press Q a bit too early. Then we fucked the bomb combo up because he just turns around. If I put it in the middle of his team, I probably would have guaranteed at least one, even if we didn't get the stun.
I see that. So the best way to do it, if you have grab bomb, you should be standing pretty much in your backline, which you are, which is weird that you didn't hit it. But you should try to stand in your backline. This allows you to give you more like leverage over where you want to put it, right? Because you fly in, and then you can choose how much like of the booster you want to use to hit the bomb, right?
Yeah.
Because you can fly a little bit more up to angle it toward like so it lands in the bomb.
Yeah, I was
So
just
you
gonna
lose-
say, is it? What if you like aim the bomb like upwards in the sky, so he kind of has
Yes.
to shoot upwards, and then everyone just like hits them anyway because the
Yeah,
shield's
yeah,
not
exactly.
pick anyone.
hmm So yeah, that's exactly what you could do if you're standing back there. Because let's say if the bomb is going to go too far, like it did, you could just angle it more up, right? And then it will land. At least it won't land too far. It'll land a little bit above them instead.
I just got the sliding
Right,
wrong. I
and
just
right
used
here,
a bit too much boost though.
This is weird as well because I don't know why this Ryan hasn't been stunned. So you see the bubble comes out. So Ryan has no friendly, right? So I see the bubbles there, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as the graph comes out, Jasper Jam, if you're ever scared of dying, it might be worth it because this is almost the last team fight here, right? If you
Right.
win this, you pretty much
Yeah.
win the game. You should
Yeah.
be popping rally so you have that extra sustain, so you're able to get that.
Yeah, I wasn't
back.
thinking aggressive enough. Yeah.
Oh, you used
Oh,
your
the
back
stun-
trying to get
The
there.
stun did go off, but who was it on?
Oh wait, was it?
I was too far back
Oh, it's
Yeah.
out of
for
range. I
whatever
think.
reason.
No, I wouldn't say too far back. It's just too late.
Alright.
Because look, so the bomb comes in, and then the bash is used. Let's go back a little bit. So the bash is used at the start of the grab, right?
I think so.
So grab comes out, and then you bash, right?
Yeah.
And if you have grab bomb, so this is just like a basic mistake. You should be looking for, you know what I mean, to bash as soon as the bomb goes off.
Yeah.
He bashed to catch the team. Fuck, well, because it was too hard, too far.
Then you end up dying. I'm not too sure how.
He got Discord.
My video's paused.
Where is Jasper? Where'd you go?
I'm
I'm trying to figure out where you went.
Left
after
side,
that.
left side.
on the left of car, I think.
Yeah, he's like kind of covered by the card. You can see his name under Lion's name, like to the
Oh,
left
okay,
of
okay.
my mech.
Covered by the car.
Yeah.
Where is he right now? Right there.
Between
Yeah,
Zen and
he's right
Lucio. Seems like on the top of the car.
No,
No,
right
that's-
there, right there. Right there, I believe that was him. So if we back up, I can see the name.
But our videos stopped.
Cameras are.
Paused.
Oh, okay. The video's paused.
Yeah.
Is it playing now?
No.
No.
It's not playing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Visor
Yeah, mine's
GP,
not.
haha. Yeah, well, let me reload this. Change video.
Oh, I can see the fishies.
Nice fish.
Is it like spam this card?
Can you see the video again?
No.
No, it's
No.
not playing. Do I refresh my page?
Oh yeah.
Try refreshing it. I'm just gonna play it from the start and tell me if you can see it.
Just on the loading thingy.
Weird. Okay. You know what? I'll end the session and go live again. Hold up.
Okay.
And okay. So just went live. There we go. So you guys, can you see this again? Is it playing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I guess Visor just glitched out. Right now, internet's been really, really weird for me. Yeah, recently.
you went robotic like 3 minutes ago, just for a moment.
I went robotic.
Yeah.
I believe it, yeah. Discord's been really, really weird.
Oh, yeah, mine's working now, finally.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so everybody make sure you refresh the page. So,
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the spots where to go back to so we can continue. This is your defense. I believe we're doing attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I think I went too far forward when I was going back. So I did attack first. So yeah, this is your attack, correct? Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I was right here. Okay, we're back at the same spot. There we go. Okay. So after the grab that I saw you push a little bit forward, and then you ended up getting picked off. So again, you have a shield, so you should be always looking to stay alive, especially like if you die to something, you know what I mean, like Lucio or something. And
Yeah.
I can see here you're discorded and killed from Lucio.
Yeah.
Right now, your team needs help into the back line. I would be saying going back here and getting free. You know what I mean? Hitting with the Zarya.
Who's the one standing so in
Yeah.
front of the whole team?
So right now you're right over there.
Yeah,
Right?
I was getting on
And-
the Zen, but the Zarya was still in the cart. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I say you only want to kind of push with your Lucio and with your Ryan. So if everybody's back here, so your team's split right now. You have your teams over here, have your teams over here, and also because they don't have grab bomb right now, they're coming up on grab and they're coming up on bomb. You should be using rally in this
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
Rally is a good way to punish them not having grab and bomb, because there's no way to shut it down other than even if let's say if they shatter Zen, if Zen's 300 HP, a charge won't kill him. A charge will leave Zen at 5 HP, and you're able to armor pack him and keep him alive through the charge, or sorry, after it connects.
Yeah, also
So-
thinking back, I realized how pointless it was getting on the supports now because of where the card is.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So something you could do better, like for the future, is just be mindful of grabs. When your team uses grab, try to hold your bash a little bit more. Because
Yeah.
there was 2 instances where you didn't bash the Rhine for the Diva Bomb. So I would say, like, just from watching this, I would say that's maybe kind of a habit, right? I don't know completely the story, if it's just maybe one bad game or, you know what I mean, a bad habit. And also using rally when you know they don't have grab bomb.
Yep. Okay.
So yeah, so you guys should be still maybe ending up to take this.
Yeah, I think
It's
we
gonna be a
do.
3. Yeah, you guys will lose this fight. You should lose it. It's 3v6. Oh,
bad.
okay. Yeah, this is B9. He's not here today.
Isn't it?
Yeah, you both should be using Run Shield right now. To hide behind.
Yeah, they
I was
both
just
ran
gonna find
away
the
from
right-
the shield.
Because the thing is, if your Rhine dies, the fight's done. If you die, you don't feed ult charge. Because if you die to an enemy's ultimate, you don't feed any ult charge, right? So if you're behind the Reinhardt and he blows up because he gets stunned, at least you don't feed your ultimates to the enemy team. And something like this too as well, right? If you're on Diva too, this Fire Strike would have been Aiden if you're standing behind the Rhine, right?
Where was I? Good question.
You went right with B9, so you and B9 went in the same room. Let's go back.
I survived though. So I don't know where
Yeah,
I
you
was.
you survived, which is
I
fine.
should have been with the Ryan to eat that, so that's just me being bad.
Yeah. No, because you weren't there at the time because you went in this room in this situation here. Right here, you should have been behind the Rhine shield
Yeah.
because he has Rhine shield, right? So,
Maybe Bina went there because he saw he he saw Bobo went there, he went there too, and then fuck.
He probably just
Yeah.
didn't expect the bomb to be that
Nah,
perfect for the
He was
doorway.
making the effort.
Yeah.
He probably just wasn't aware the Ryan was right next to him. Because he's looking for him.
Hmm.
Because we were all just like trying to get out by that stage anyway.
Yeah. It's fine. It's not too big of a mistake, right? But something I want to point out. Ooh.
Did I DM this time? I think.
Yeah, I don't think it matters if you DM. So right here, so you're going in a 6, right? Finally have your Zen back. So right now you are discorded, right? You cannot not hold your shield if you're discorded. You want to be holding your shield. You're going to take tons of damage, right? So if you come here, if you drop it, right? You drop it,
Don't want no
I did.
bubble. He doesn't get bubble for so long.
it doesn't. No. Wish Law's fine for holding.
No. We hold bubble because we thought they had grav.
Oh.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if they have grab, right? And Wishlaw is holding the bubble for the bash, right? If Ryan gets bashed, he bubbles the Ryan, and then the Ryan can swing into the enemy team, right?
Mm.
So right here, Ryan decides to, fuck it. I'm discorded. I don't give a fuck.
What I do?
It doesn't turn out well. You can if you're not discorded, you can swing. If you're discorded, try not swinging, because this will happen.
He's that's so
Because-
close.
Probably
Yeah.
got like Zen 5 build.
Yeah, and some. Yeah, and he gets bashed as well, so the bubble
Ooh.
should have been right here, right?
Mm.
Look at the health.
Oh my god.
But
Dude,
yeah,
it's
that's a little bit. At that point, it's almost impossible to save him. Which you tried to. I see you looking at him, right? At least by your beam, you can see
I
where
was
he's
like,
looking. See?
"Ah."
Yeah.
Don't worry, it sets up a
PogChamp
PogChamp play next fight, dude. You're gonna see a PogChamp
Yeah.
By Adeva. Watch this, boys.
Just swing more forehead.
Yeah, just swing till it dead. Oh.
Yeah,
Zen
dude, just
Oh,
kill them all.
feels good, man.
So simple.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it made me so sad. I ate the grav, and I think we still. Actually, did we? I don't know if we lost it or not.
Okay, so something I see here as well, for line, this is just micros. If you're playing Reinhardt, right, you're behind the payload, and then you jump backwards. If you're holding your shield, you can still run forward. You can only take damage from Loon and Brigitte, right? Also, right now you're full HP, so there's no threat of you dying, even if you are discorded, right? There's a little bit of a threat, but not too much right now. So doing this thing right here, this is just like micro movement, is you jumping back like this, right? You waste, you know what I mean? You could be in a better position, which is in front of your entire team, right? Just for the future. Okay. So do you guys end up getting Sun Shattered? No, okay. So their Ryan is hiding right here, right? If you're playing Reinhardt, in a team fight, when playing Goats, you should always be looking for the enemy Reinhardt, no matter what, right? 100% of the time, your job is to keep track of the enemy main tank and try to outplay him, right? And keep track of yourself. If you're discorded, if you have bubble, if you have shield, if you can push, if you can't. So right here, right, because you weren't paying attention to where the main tank is, your team eats that whole entire Earth Shatter. But again, because of this micro positioning error, if you were in your front line, you wouldn't have been behind the payload to see that the Reinhardt went this way, right? If you were behind the payload, you would have seen that if you were not behind the payload, so if you were right here where you need to be, you would have seen the Reinhardt go that way, so you would have been able to block it. But because you positioned yourself here, you weren't able to see it. So B9 trances, which is bad because, oh no, they used grab, didn't they?
No, I ate the grav.
Oh, you ate the grab, okay, yeah. If they eat the grab, it's fine if B9 trances. That's okay. So you're able to get saved from that. And then you shatter them back, which is good. And yeah, and you guys have Grav Diva Bomb, so you guys win the game. If you guys lose, you have to make like major mistakes. There we go, big bomb. Nice, nice. So should we move on to your defense?
Mm.
Okay. I kind of made a mistake and started playing the VOD from the end to the beginning, so we have to go back a little bit.
I can't remember our defense, to be honest.
Kylo.
That could be either really good or bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I'm trying to think like, oh, does Express want to see our defense?
Of course I do. Okay, so yeah, so you guys are running Ryan Goats, which is really good. Ryan Goats is the best on this map. This is replaceable with a Mei. I'll show you some Mei strats. There's a shit team in South America called INTZ. They ended up holding a pretty decent team and able to make it go into the tiebreaker round using Mei strategy. Is Route 66 in Open Division? I'm not sure with about the map.
Yeah, it is.
It is? Okay, abuse this strategy. You will literally win free Open Division games.
Between Route 66 and Dorado.
Yeah, even Dorado, you can do it at the first payload. Are people doing that with me? If you know what I'm talking about.
Oh wait, is it the one where you block, which still lets you contest, but you're not in LOS with them? You just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
full
yeah.
bunk in the line.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
the little pack room, yeah. It's like Orisa,
Yeah.
Ryan May.
No. For this, you just go. You
Goats
just
with
go
me.
like goats with me.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you sit in the tiny room in Dorado as well, yeah. And you just like shield, and
Yeah,
you
just
wall,
like
and you
that.
shield, and they can't touch you, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's
yeah,
right.
of course. Okay. After my match, so just in case it doesn't get leaked, I'll be sure to send a video. Who's Zarya bot? Oh, Psycho. Okay, so right here with this composition, so one, I would say to start off, this is a bad position. If you're going to be doing that, you may as well be in the trim, right? To start off of early contest. If you're going to be playing here, you're playing to contest the payload when it hits here, and just staying in the pack room, and just waiting out the spam. I'll show you guys how to run the comp, and I'll show you guys how to beat the comp, because it'll probably be ran against you after you're running it. But you don't want to show other teams how to beat it in scrims. You want to be very careful about that, right? Or else that will turn into a meta in AEU, because it's already turned into a meta in SA from me doing it. Okay, let's back up a little. Okay, so first off, I would say that this engage is really sloppy, right? So you guys are fighting for the payload to go here, but you end up backing up, right? You either commit to a fight, so everybody dies on this payload, so you can get 3 recontests. So you can recontest the cart here, and then you can do the 1 retake on the last point. So that's what you would be wanting to do in a normal situation. But you guys end up backing up, which gives them cart movement, which only allows you to have 2 fights on this first point.
Yeah.
So making this whole push useless, right? Because the whole purpose of doing that, so the whole purpose of doing it on this map is you take 1 fight here, you take 1 fight here, and then the last fight, the retake, you have all your ultimates, so then you win the retake. And then it's
Yeah.
very hard for the attacking team to retake, because now in the time bank, because you've taken 2 fights already, and that's a 3rd fight, they only have 1 minute and 30 seconds to take the first point. And then from there, you should just win the game. That is how this composition just straight up works. Like that's how your win
Merrick
condition.
didn't have time to go over that. I think people were like trying to pull back. So
Yeah,
like,
people were trying to do the normal thing. Oh, wow.
America got like pretty annoyed at us because he told us to die on cart, knock it out.
yeah.
Yeah, that is the purpose why. That is the purpose why if you get annoyed, right? Because he's just like fuck. Because in his head he's probably like, oh, this is like everybody. It's like common knowledge, right?
Yeah.
But it actually isn't. Like people don't know directly. This is the reason why.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Of course, because Merrick, I believe he played on Congo. He was with Mate, right?
Yeah. He's
Merrick
in
was
order
on
now.
King Esports.
He's in the
order
order.
now. Right now.
Oh,
Like-
order right now. Okay, yeah. So
So he was in Kanga though. He was in Kanga. Last season.
Yeah. So he has coaches. So he's been coached by Maiden, like Archite. So he has this is like common knowledge to him, right? So that's probably why he got a little bit upset. Okay, so right here, this is really bad, right? So I'll explain why. So when Winston jumps in, right? So let's just wait for this. So right there, right? So you should hear, "Rrrr," and then you should hear like a bang and like that big slam,
We
right?
should be speeding
So-
in, yeah?
Yeah, you could be speeding in to the enemy team. If not, whose job is it to peel?
Mine.
Diva.
Diva, right? Diva, Lucio, and Brig are all the three peel characters in Goats. If somebody goes in your backline, you work together to get them the fuck
I
off.
think we weren't expecting B9 to be that far back though, because we were gonna push.
Yeah, I don't think it was a problem with B9 being that far back. Was he on high ground?
Yeah, he was in high
I
ground.
think he
Sure.
was, and he just dropped.
Okay, if you're
Yeah,
playing
that was
Zen,
fine.
you should. I didn't see him. Sorry. If you're playing Ghost, you should always be with your Lucio. So this is why, okay? So Zen is like a moving turret with Lucio. Like he can go like here, you know what I mean? He can like move back and forth really, really fast, right? With the speed. If he's with his Lucio and Brigitte. If he's up here in Ghost composition, you can't peel for him. You can't do shit, right? But what I was going to talk about is this Reinhardt, right?
Why is it so
He'd
low?
definitely be getting healed, armor packed. He shouldn't be dying to Winston Tether like that, right?
Yeah.
So like this that we see right here.
I told him so many times, stay with your Lucio. Or Lucio, I told Lucio player, stay with your Zen. And then they never stay together.
That was weird. He got stunned, but I bubbled, but he still got destroyed.
We almost win this, I think, off Wishlaw.
Yeah, I can't remember. Oh yeah, they're like all fucking one. I remember now. That's in. Oh.
Let us back up. Okay.
Who is that?
That's all.
That's it, Lucio, okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
their Lucio, right? You have Zarya, you have Diva, and you have your Lucio. So you have the speed to catch up to him to get him, and you have both off tanks.
Oh, he
And the
runs
British
away,
behind,
and I
right?
got stunned.
So
I was like, look at the Zen's health, man. I was like chasing him.
how long was he low HP? Let's see. Oh, from that right.
I got a solo, and then I was like, oh, this Zen! And then he got like a little shield, he got hit again, still survived. And then Hobo was like, right behind you, Wish! And I was like, oh.
That's weird. I would give it to. I would say this is Merit's issue, though. To be honest, if you're on Lucio, you should be okay. So first off, you should be putting on speed. If your whole team dies, you should be putting on speed so you guys can reposition and get out of the fight. His healing doesn't do anything unless you have amp, right? You guys aren't relatively high health, so right here, speed's more valuable to be chasing targets, especially if you're chasing targets, right? So if you call Zen's 1, Zen 1, Zen 1, he should be putting on speed and wall riding to get to you. And 2, he's mispositioned. He's playing here. He should be always playing against this wall. Because 1, if anybody peeks here, he takes less spam damage. 2, he's able to use this wall ride to go back and forth, right? To peel for his team. So this is a very bad position for him.
Yeah, I think he assumed the fight was over because we were like 3 down. But then I was
Yeah,
like,
I think he was going to point to
chunking.
die, and then we realized we had a high charge Zal, we killed them
Yeah.
both evil, and we're
I
just
was like
Yeah.
chunking like 2 of them, so it ended up being kind of an even fight, and then we just won.
Yeah, okay.
And he's like,
regardless,
"Oh,
I don't think he thought it was a one fight because as soon as he drops the beat, right? So this
he
is
decides that we
you're
can win
getting-
that, and he uses beat to save me, because I have no HP here.
He's like, oh, come back. It's a bit messy, but yeah.
Uh-oh, what happened here? Oh,
Lucky timing.
uh,
I remember that. We were like, come back. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
If your team, so you're this could have went either way. To be honest, if the Zen right clicked here, you're both dead. So two things. If your Ryan's fire striking, so right here. this is
Why
very
the fire
unlucky.
striking?
Okay, so one, if your team's low, you shouldn't be fire striking. Two, if your Ryan's
should have
fire striking,
DM.
he should get DM, right? But as soon as he fire strike, he turned around. So that was like I would say
No,
that's
'cause
very
there was a-
unlucky timing to be honest.
Call for something behind, I think.
Yeah,
There was a
Like,
quarter
I
count.
was
Merit
looking
was
for-
like, Merit was like, come back, get out. We're like, okay.
yeah. You're
And
you're
he's
fine
like,
with something-
You should have got out. I was like, man, you don't understand. I wasn't getting out.
yeah, you're completely fine if somebody like does that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if somebody if somebody calls, because the shield should have been up regardless. I think so. This is fine, right? But I'm just saying this is very unlucky. Like this is very unfortunate timing.
Tell me about it.
And then I turned back around. I'm just like, how did fucking Wishla die? He was like right there. Because I didn't even see our fire strike. I was like, what's going?
So is that the right mistake? He shouldn't fire strike.
If both of his teammates, or if both of his other tanks are low HP, yeah, he shouldn't fire strike. He should be looking.
If we're,
at
if we're just
other shields.
retreating, then yeah, just.
Oh,
Why
see,
don't have that
no.
information though?
I guess if you don't have that information, it's good to be cautious because we're like retreating, you know.
Mhm. And this retake, I would say, yeah, you guys are on the mistake. You don't
we-
retake if they got the point. You guys have to judge
Understood.
that a little bit. better.
Success.
Merit told us to take the fight anyway because it just allows us to get more time, more
Merit
contests.
is hard throwing.
Yeah.
I think he just wanted us to die quick and reset because we already like jumped over the cliff, like our tanks did.
I have to head off now. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
But thanks very much,
Is this
Express.
fine? Yeah, no problem.
Catch you later, Jasper.
Alright, see you
Yeah,
guys.
man.
Okay, see you. Okay, so you guys decide to go Winston Goats against Winston Goats, which is, I think, Ryan has a lot more value on this map overall. I think you guys just seen yourself losing to the Winstons, their Winston, so you decide to go Winston yourself, which is never a good idea. If you see a team beating you with the composition, it's not a good idea to swap with just because they're winning.
So we should just play Ryan the whole map, right? If we play goats.
Yeah, pretty much the whole map.
I think mine's better to be honest.
Winston, on second point, Winston's playable. So it's like Winston's still good, but I'm saying like switching. I believe the switch was made just because they're running it. That's what it looks like to me, but I don't know. Winston's fine here though. I think it's like Ryan. Let's say Ryan's like 55. I would give Winston like 45, in my opinion. Like it's not significantly worse. It's just like, oh, Ryan's better, but Winston's still viable, very very viable. Especially if it's ran right and the enemy doesn't know how to deal with it, then it's good. Okay.
Oh, my bomb.
Let's do this.
Whoops.
So yeah, your bomb was a little bit too far again.
Well, I
let's
don't
back
think
up.
there's anyone in the grove except Brig, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, but the Zarya was able to block it, so I just want to see a few things here. So you guys have
Yeah, I
grab
fucked
bomb.
up my bomb.
So,
I know I have to work on bombs, that's for sure.
Mhm. So like right here, you should be looking to grab bomb. There's no reason to wait. Especially because in this specific situation, they have grab bomb as well. So the first one to use your ultimates wins the team fight. If you guys die or you guys are in grab first, it's unlikely that you're able to win. If you use your ultimates, you're able to then build these ultimates for the next team fight. So if they have grab bomb, which they do, you're able to defend it. So you should be using it when they're all grouped up into the choke point right here. So this would be a really good graph. So what I would recommend is if you're on Zarya and they're going to be coming through here, literally hide, just stand right here. You can hide behind here where Linecraft is. You can even stand right here and wait for them to come. And this bomb spot too is a very, very easy bomb for your D.Va to hit. You literally just throw it in there. Wherever it lands, it's going to kill people. And it's very, like, you know what I mean? Your D.Va can throw it at the wall and it can fall into the grav. You know, even if she misses, it'll still hit. So that would be a better option.
I think it's because we're waiting for the monkey bubble.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, if you did grab in here, right, it would the bomb would just go inside of the monkey bubble,
Oh
right?
yeah,
If you're
makes
hitting
sense.
it correctly.
I guess I'm a bit hesitant to like grab early like that because we're always the core's always like wait for their bubbles, call for their bubbles. Only after that do we grab. So if I just do it like right at the start, they're gonna have both bubbles, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
But do you
I
think it's
see.
worth just like doing it anyway? Like, what is the percentage chance of like actually getting a kill, even if they have all their coolers on? But to say it's like a tight choke like that one.
If their cooldowns, it's lower, but if you have grab bomb and they're in the choke, it's higher, right? So if you have grab bomb and they're running Zarya and you know Zarya has bubbles, you can stun Zarya, so Zarya can't give the bubbles to the teammates. Right?
Wouldn't that mean that you would need to set up your whole team close to the choke?
Yeah, you can set up your whole team right here.
So we wouldn't be Yeah, we'd have to all hold
you
it
can
with
have
Zarya.
yeah, you could have your whole team right here, and you can have D.Va right here
Shit.
and Zarya right there. Oh, loud. You get what I'm saying? So the whole team can hide right there. You have your
Yeah.
D.Va right here. You know what I mean? Zarya grabs. You throw the bomb. Your whole team speeds in. They're gonna die. Doesn't matter how many cooldowns they have. About this, so their bomb, their Zarya is actually really, really good. So this is a really smart play from the Zarya, to be honest. So their Zarya personal bubbles and walks in front of the team, so she body blocks the grab. So watch this. See how the bomb's there? So the bomb
Wasn't she
lands
to the
behind.
side?
I don't
Is
think
that-
that would have blocked the team. It looks to the side.
Yeah, no,
Is that-
it blocked it 100 because you
Did it?
only need to block 75% of vision of the bomb. So their team is into the
Oh.
grab right here. See that? And
Yeah.
there's Zarya bubbles and then walks in front of the bomb to save their whole team. That's how the whole team survived.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just out of
Didn't take-
range.
No. That's close enough to do damage at least. It didn't do any damage.
There was also the breach.
It wouldn't have killed two of them. The Zarya.
There's a break like
Yeah.
right there. I'm pretty sure the break stopped it.
Brig can't start with
What's-
grab, especially if she's into the air, because it would go under her feet.
Oh yeah, sorry.
If you jump while trying to block bomb, you die as
Well,
well.
either way, it's a fuck the
Or if you're
bomb.
in there.
Like I know I fucked the bomb.
Yeah. Yeah. You kind of fucked the bomb a little bit, right? But there's Zarya.
More than
was,
a little
like,
bit. Like,
This,
a
this
lot.
bubble right here was really, really good. So it gets in the way just in time.
I didn't expect him to bubble. Fuck. But that was my bad.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause. I'm just gonna take 2 minutes to grab a glass of water. My throat's really dry right now from talking.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Where's B9?
Sleeping.
Sleeping.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was taking the pen.
Wait, who's writing it on the screen?
I don't know.
Feels bad, man. I don't know why. Yesterday I was just fucking up all my grab bombs.
criminal screen feedback. Oh. I guess so. He want a slimmer.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I seen that. Ah, psycho.
Go, go.
I can take control again. ASMR with that water. Give me that flag.
Why Psycho can control
Psycho.
this?
Anybody can take the flag.
I don't know how to
I
do
can't.
that.
I can't. Why? I
No,
click.
you just stop drawing. You just stop.
I did.
Oh,
He doesn't get
oh, oh
it.
shit.
No, click.
What the fuck?
Click.
Alright. Is it
Okay.
fucking bugged?
You just bugged the whole body.
Currently controlling
Oh my god.
Extremes.
Currently controlling Echo.
Echo, now it's Echo.
Oh, sorry.
Fucking you, what the fuck?
I can't get control.
Alright, now it's Echo again. Now it's Express.
Disconnect him out of here.
I don't
Oh,
know.
now it's Echo.
Okay, nobody clicked the flag. Okay, you should change your name to Inting Bot Review.
I swear it's Echo.
What just happened? Oh.
I don't know. Oh my
Okay,
god.
I got control. We're
It's
fine.
Express again, holy shit.
Okay, we gotta go all the way back. Oh god damn. Inting Bot Review. Jeez. You better make that your name.
Fine, I'll make a fucking
I'm
new
gonna be
account.
bad.
Give me a sec.
Rename one of your accounts.
Dude, I don't even fucking know how to do that. What the fuck is the settings on this shit?
Go to the Blizzard website.
Wait, do I actually have money on Blizzard? I'll do that now. Oh, no, it was bad.
Hinting Bot Review. Oh my god. Okay, let's go back so you guys end up losing that team fight.
My bad. Bad bomb.
Yeah, it's okay. That happens. Okay, so you guys have, let's see what, okay, so B9's gonna die, I assume? No, he's not?
Yeah, he's.
I want to see where he is, because he staggers a lot. So I want to try to figure out where he is.
We
Okay,
fucked
so
up
he-
here. We tried to get out instead of just dying on cart.
Yeah, so you should always be trying down cart. B9 should be trying to get out because he has armor. But your Brig has rally. So right here, he's still shooting. Right, so he's trying to carry, and then the Lucio, okay. This is really bad. So he gets solo pushed by Lucio and dies. He should be winning that 1v1, right?
Hmm.
So it's really bad.
Whoosh.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go back. So again, Reinhardt's a little bit better because choke points like this, he's a lot better for pushing through, right? So that's why you'll like second point on this map. He's good at first fight. For second fight, you should try to swap to Ryan, because when the card is around here, Ryan is a lot better on this map. So that's all. That's like a little good trick for you. But right now you have Primal, so it's fine if you stay on Winston. So right now, so based on your ultimates and their ultimates, what should you be doing before this team fight?
Rally.
Rally, yeah. So you have rally. The thing is, your Zen died, so now he doesn't get the rally for the next fights to come. So, but rally is
Isn't
one
like
of the
rally
best ultimates to
the
retake.
most important for Zen though?
Yeah, it's the most important for Zen, but it's also the best ultimate to retake the point. Right? You guys need to retake. You're fighting the last fight, so during the last fight, it's really good because it gives a lot more sustain for everybody to stay alive, and you have respawn advantage.
Shaking my head at B9.
Yeah, so that was just B9's mistake with not getting out and trying to push Lucio and then dying. So here, both Rally and Primal should be used, and this should be a one-team fight. Yeah, and something else I want to say. So that grab, you would have had Trance if B9 was alive, because he would have been able to build it, because he would have been alive with the team. Okay, so in this team fight right here, based on your ultimates, let's just do some ult like work right here. So what should you be looking to do in this team fight?
Play a slow fight, trans, grab bomb. Sorry, not trans, grab bomb. And then trans if we need it.
Yep, exactly. So in this situation, I wouldn't say trans if you need it. I would say try to build beat, right? So you want to try to play this fight as slow as possible. Just try to build your ultimates, and then force out a grab bomb.
I think that was the call. Merit told us to play this one slow, but then that was just unfortunate.
Whoa.
Yeah. So Merit kind of messed up here. If they bombed, Merritt could have beat it to kind of save the team. But I'm assuming he thought nobody would get caught by it because it's just a solo bomb, right? It's not anything special.
Yeah.
So, again, that would be your guys' mistake getting caught by the bomb. So, yes.
I wish I could see how the bomb hit everyone.
The lion, he
Yeah.
fly there. He's so pleased. He so watch the bomb and kill him. Holy fuck.
That's Jasper though.
So yeah, he jumps up there, then the bomb is thrown to chase him.
Yeah, he look at the bomb and he
There
died.
The only piece of advice I could give him is if he's disengaging, I'm not too sure why. Let's go here. So I'm not too sure why he would jump if he's full HP. I want to see why. If I can catch that.
Yeah, why he jump?
Okay, there he jumps. Maybe get a little bit lower before disengaging. You still have your bubble up as well. I think your bubble breaks actually, so you jump out. Let's see. Yeah, okay, your bubble breaks, so you jump. But something you should probably be trying to land here, so you're in LOS of your team. If you land too high on the high ground, you're still out of LOS. And if D.Va didn't bomb and she just chased you, she could actually do a lot of damage to you, and you would feed a lot of ult charge to her. But instead, she just follows up with a bomb. So yeah, I would give Mert some criticism here, because if Winston's primaling, usually your team wouldn't be able to get out of the bomb, because if they use primal bomb, it's going to be very, very difficult for your team to get away from it. So he should be beating instead of this situation.
Oh, Jasper gets booped into it, I see. Makes sense.
So yeah, so right here, for the next fight, you guys should be swapping over to the Reinhardt.
Which we do, I think, right here.
So yeah, the call is probably made, yeah. Okay, good play. You just grab, bomb, charge Ryan. Easy fight. Jasper Jam unluckily gets charged, but that's fine. If the Ryan didn't have charge to stop it, only Jasper probably could have stunned the Ryan. To try and get rid of him. Let's back up a little bit here. I want to see what happens.
Zarya went right, and we weren't focused on her, so we get grabs on the right. And I didn't
Makes
her too late.
sense.
I was watching her. I didn't think she'd pop out that early, so it's kind of my fuck up. I should have held DM on her for longer.
I don't think that is too much of the issue here, right? Because you're not expected to eat grabs, but if you do, it's a plus, right? Assuming if they have them. Like, the best way to do it is if she's forecasting it. She really didn't forecast it here, right?
I knew she was looking for one though. Like, I thought I could maybe get a bit. Like, I probably would have eaten that if I wasn't so intent on getting a little bit more damage
Yeah.
in there.
Okay, I see why you didn't need it. Is because right here you used all your DM, so then she knew, okay, D.Va doesn't have DM, I can just throw it now. See how much DM you use? Because you were predicting he would use it then. And he just popped it there, which you made an attempt to save it, which is good. That's what you should be doing. Right? The beat from Merit, you already had trance into their grab, no reason to beat here.
Yeah, and plus everyone's full health.
Yeah, everybody's full HP, you have trance, you're getting the trance, so that was a fuck up by Merit. So right now you should be beating. Yeah, and then you guys end up losing the team fight because they have more sustain. Because they tranced and then they beat it when they needed it. So put that on Merit. So yeah, coming out into this next fight, because you know they use grab bomb, you guys should be rallying into the fight. Get a little bit more sustain. So yeah, and right now the rally, he should be looking to stand near B9 to give it to B9. Right now he's playing very, very aggressive with that. But he has to make sure to always give it to his supports every time he uses it, especially if they don't have it. Which he doesn't do. So yeah, you guys should be winning this team fight regardless, but that's something better that you could have done. Because it's not just this team fight, it's the next team fight you have, right? You always want to make sure your Zen is grabbed up. Also, B9 used trans without them having grab. So no, they have grab and you don't have trans. So this means Merit will have to beat into the trans. But that's not usually the best option to go with because they have bomb as well. Guys get grabbed. Okay. So Line lands a big shatter after the Rhine dies, and you guys win the game. Okay. So that was basically the only possible way you could have won is by Rhine landing a big shatter after that grab, because they had so many ultimates. Okay. So let's move on to the next map.
Let's do Dorado.
1 hour for one map.
Fine.
Oh,
That's okay. You know, that's how much time review should take. Review with my team is usually 4 hours. So we'll scrim 4 hours and we'll review one scrim. So 2 hours will take 4 hours to review.
okay.
Dorado, cause no, it's like we want to try make out on that map.
Dorado, yes, you can do May Goat's first point. So you guys are in Nepal.
Yeah,
Okay.
skip this. Go Dorado first.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a drink real quick.
Okay. They won a lot on Nepal, from what I can see, though. Did they win Nepal? No, you guys won, but they
we
won the
went
map.
because we have the May. May works there. May works so well. Like
In
even if
Dorado?
we lost, yeah. Like okay, you can do third map, Nepal. The last map, you just
Last map in Nepal.
yeah.
May works there well as well. So May works here.
Yeah. You do this map.
Yeah, okay.
Back.
Okay. You guys are winning, though, so... it may
Yeah,
not
but
be
we
worth-
lost first. However, we just still win with May.
First fight?
Yeah.
Okay. Let us see. Okay, let me go back. I went too far forward. Okay, so you guys. Okay, so first off, you guys got there second. So there's no reason for you guys to get to get there before you, right? So that puts you at a disadvantage. With May, you want to be getting there as fast as possible. You ended up okay. So the wall is used. So as soon as the wall is used, you guys are committed. So you have to kill whoever's behind the wall. If you do not do it within the first wall in the first fight, you lose the team fight. So this wall is crucial that you get these kills. If you don't get these kills, you lose the fight.
I think there's a gap in the wall.
He
There's
didn't
a-
block the
uh,
off then.
Yeah, so there was a gap in the wall. So the wall should have been here, so there could have been no gap. Right? But instead it was used here to block them off. That's all the error was. So if you're playing May, that first wall, you have to isolate somebody, or you're going to lose that fight.
Oh,
Ooh,
number 8.
yeah. One of those, just a little sloppy, right? You should always you should always be looking to block, right?
Probably ping though. It makes it hard to block shadows
Yeah,
effectively.
a little bit, yeah. It does. Okay, so you guys end up winning this map and you don't lose a single fight. So I'm gonna assume you played the comp correctly. Let's move on to Dorado, just so we save a little bit of time.
Do you think if we play My Goat, we should always like looking for Blizzard and Grav together? Don't use one fight like.
Blizzard and Grab is a good combo. It's like Diva Bomb. If you see it, go for it. But other than that, hold it for Grab. With this, you should be dropping Brig and still running. The thing is, if you don't, okay, they're not smart enough, but you could just go Anna against this, and because you're not running Diva, you can get naded for free. You have nothing to block nade. You have nothing to block if your run gets stunned. So it's better to have a Diva and drop the Brig than it is to have, yeah.
Would you still run Lucius and Healer? Or would you switch
Yeah.
to Lucia Anna?
Lucio Mora.
Lucia Moira, okay.
Yeah.
Lucio Moira with this comp. Triple tanks with Mei.
Yeah. Triple tank with May, me Lucio Mora.
Okay.
So right here, okay, so on attack, I don't like a May. So on defense, a May is fine, because the May's biggest value is being able to stall the payload. Right, to stall a lot. That's why she's better on, way better on defense than she is on attack. So yeah, right here you end up getting the pick because their Brigitte actually so this is their mistake. Their Brig overextends by doing this bash. Way too far into your team, then dies. For that. Well, the Rhine dies because he tries to protect the Brig. And then fighting very, very close, split from your team into May isn't a fun idea.
I think we always have some trouble after first point. Like if we got first point very quick, then we just stuck with the Mai on second point because they might just swap to Farah, you know.
So, I don't think May is good at all on attack though.
Okay.
I think it's better just to run a standard Goats composition than it is to run May on attack.
Okay.
Basically, what you want to do here is you want to go Goats. Let me back up. And you want to go up here and fight in this choke. This one is a lot easier to push through than under this bridge. So you want to push the payload to this bridge and then go up here on attack. That's the best way to break through this. even then, what I like to do sometimes too, or my team, let me just back this up so I can. So what we like to do is we'll go up here, if you get what I'm saying, like up the staircase, and then we'll amp speed and drop back onto the payload and get through this choke for free. Because they'll be guarding this choke, and we just go around them. We just drop here, so we bait them. So you also have that option. So if they know you're going up there, and they shield this choke and their defense looks really strong, you can just drop back down and fight them through here. But you have to make sure to speed in so they don't have a lot of time to rotate and set back up. Because usually when they rotate, they have to be against this wall. So if their Lucio doesn't have amp up, so amp speed, they won't be able to do that to reposition correctly. And you should be able to take the fight pretty easily. Let's just go up.
Did you see the monkey? Holy fuck.
Yeah, that was really, really good. I think that was his fault though, because he kind of used leap and then he wasn't able to get out because he got frozen. So
Stunned, slept, booped. It was good.
stun, slot, boop, discorded, frozen.
Oh, no, not
And,
slept. Sorry, I meant frozen. Whoops.
Yeah. Hmm.
That connected?
Very okay. Very interesting. Wow. That connected. Okay. That works.
That was the most crazy.
Well, I guess
part of
if
it.
they're all lined up on the bridge, I guess going for a pin isn't that bad. But I would say going for a pin that far, because the distance of it is a little bit risky. But if you're able to pull off it, you go for it. Okay, so this bomb, it ends up getting two. How? Okay, so both supports should have hid behind the payload. There's no reason for them not to hide behind the payload here. Right, so Merit, for example, sped this way. If he sped this way across the payload, he would have been able to hide. Say, you guys just end up winning this team fight. Sorry, losing it. But that is why. That was like a severe misplay. If there's a standing still bomb, especially if you're on Lucio or Zenyatta, you should always be able to get out of the way. There's never a situation if the bomb is completely still where you're not able to avoid it. There's very, very, very few spots D.Va can put it where the bomb is completely unavoidable, depending on where you're standing. Sorry, I just want to go back a little bit. So I want to see what happens to Hobo. Okay. Yeah, I would say, okay, it's just a little bit too split from your team. So you're staying up here, you're trying to contest the payload and push it. But your whole team's trying to survive, and then you get taken out of the Lucio amp range, and then you're left overextended, right? If there's a Winston primaling in your backline, it's your job to kind of peel for that. Even then, if Winston's primaling, you can just cancel it with a grab. Or if you feel pressure from people above you, you could have grabbed the bridge above you and got a bunch of people in it. Like right here, for example. Right, but that's when they beat it, so I don't think that would have been a good grab anyways. Yeah, just stay with your team.
I'll split, yeah. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit split up here and should have been with the team in this
Yeah.
situation. But you're trying to push payload.
I was trying to look for grab actually, but yeah. Because I wanted to get this grab out this fight because we wanted to switch to thingy. Because we used the blizzard and we were meant to use the grab as well to switch. But I didn't get my grab out, so I was like, kind of, yeah.
Ah, okay. Makes
Because
sense.
I was like trying to force a grab, but like, the Diva was just DMing me, so I was like, I'm not gonna risk it.
Yeah. I have clicks stuck in my mouth. Help. I don't know what clicks are. So yeah, with this fight, you guys should be ending up winning it. Because you're Grav. Ooh, okay. Let's go back right here. So this is just like a micro. This jump, it didn't really do anything to benefit your team. So let me see it. Sorry, I went too far back. This jump right here. So this leap. Leap should only be used for jumping up and down like this. It doesn't give you very much value. It just knocks the supports away from killer range. If their tanks were good enough, they would have sped back on you and then killed you. A lot faster. You died anyways, but they could have done that. If they're running Pharah, McCree Goats is really strong against it, which is exactly what you're doing, which is really good. So this comp is perfect. Yeah, this should be one fight. What I would give to Jasper is he could have probably got a little bit more value out of his high noon. That was kind of a wasted noon.
Wishler Loki right now being like, I could be popping off on Creed, but I'm on.
I'm fucking break. It was like normally it would be swapped, but it was like kind of awkward with ults and who died at what time and who to swap and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I ended
can
up
see
just being
that.
break the whole game. I think.
Fun and interesting.
Yeah, so interactive.
Ooh, okay, so they play Grab Hanzo. It's a little bit scarier to play McCree comp. You should pretty much stay out of Hanzo's sightlines at all times until your tanks engage. And then you can peek him, pressure him, whatever you need to do. If you want to play on high ground and try to pressure him down, then you can. But if you're on McCree, you cannot try to fight Hanzo like in a poking phase like this. Like your team's just sitting here and poking. You can't play poke battle with him. You'll lose that almost 100% of the time. So yeah, right here, you guys shouldn't be committing to this fight after. Because if you get an early pickoff from a sniper, that sniper just gains so much value, right? So this is what I would consider an early pickoff. This isn't mid-fight pickoff, right? You're not in any fight or engage. You could just speed out. So right here, Merit shouldn't have dropped the beat and said, okay, let's go in, fuck it. He should have just sped out of the team fight. Okay, so you guys have rally and you have bomb. So right here you should be looking to rally and then try to bomb the high ground to kind of chase their Hanzo off the high ground so you guys can earn an advantage. That'd be like my advice for this team fight. See, moving forward. So right here, okay, so this is something, so especially on this point, a good bomb would be somewhere right here, right? This forces them either to get out of position and go there, especially if they're transing, because it forces them to not be able to rush in during their trance. So in this particular team fight, they use dragons, so I believe that's why B9 transes, right? To save you guys from the dragons. But as soon as they pop their trance too, that means they're going to be becoming aggressive after their trance. So they're forecasting it. They're saying, okay, when your trance is done, we're going to be speeding into you and trying to kill you. You can prevent this from dropping a bomb right here. Because they can't push any forward here. They can only go inside the hallway and hide. Right? Or they go back, and then they lose positioning, and they lose the whole value of the transcendence just from your D.Va bomb.
Yeah.
And also, if they're D.Va bombs and you have D.Va bomb, and it's just a solid D.Va bomb, that's it. You probably know this. You can D.Va bomb immediately back at them, and you will kill that baby D.Va 10 times out of 10. Because she
Yeah.
won't have enough time to remech, right? And then you remech, she's out of mech, and you kill D.Va with your bomb at least.
That was a missed one. Oh no, it was overtime remake, I think. Okay.
Yeah, you're in overtime. I think you got hit from that bomb. Yeah, you did. You got hit from the bomb. Yeah, if you got hit from the bomb, instead you should have threw it.
I
No
don't.
reason
I
for you just
think
to drop it.
I think it's the boosters. Like I was out of boosters. Like I was boosting
Ah,
away from
yeah,
the
yeah,
bomb. I
so-
got hit, and
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
And then Brig just pulls a Brig on me.
Okay, I see. This shatter, especially when you have a Brigida, you should be always looking for a stun shatter. Right? There's no indicator right here that Rhino is going to drop his shield either. So I don't think overall this was a good shatter. There's nothing indicating that Ryan might drop his shield. You know what I mean? Like, like
Brigade
Ryan's gonna
was
swing
not
into
here, not there. He was
you're
on the
Brigade.
way.
Oh yeah, I was running back.
Yes,
okay.
we don't even have Brigade.
Okay, my bad. But I'm saying regardless, there's no indication that Loon is going to drop a shield here. Or could have. So like for example, let's say if Loon pushes up here. Right? So for example, if Loon pushes up, there's an indication that he's going to shield, and then he's going to drop a shield because he needs to recharge it. Right? A recharging shield is the reason he would drop his shield. If he's going into the enemy team, so if he's walking forward, indication he's going to drop a shield. If he wants to walk forward, indication he's going to drop a shield. Right here, no indication he's going to drop a shield. There's no indication of really an engage. The only thing is the speed boost, right? So, for example, something I'll tell you throughout the scrim block. So, how to outplay an enemy Reinhardt is you have to read them. So, for example, you notice these things. The most common thing a bad Reinhardt does, or not a decent Reinhardt, when the team speeds, so AM speed, they drop their shield to rush in and swing, right? If you notice this habit, shatter every single time at the Lucio speed boost. So you want to look for indications like that. So this game, he probably wasn't doing that because his Lucio speed boosted, and he held his shield up on purpose to block your shatter. So yeah, and then from there, you guys should be losing this team fight. They had a grab bomb, and you guys only had shatter to try and win the fight. Okay, that's good. Okay, and let's try to finish off the VOD review with your defense here. Okay, so the best strategy to do here, you see this house here, Echo?
Huh?
Okay, so this red house, you want to have Mei, and you want to hide inside this house and contest the payload from this house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, I see that.
Very, very strong strategy.
But how if we wrong mind, we hide there, we just wait them to go in. What if they don't go in, they just push the payload?
No, they
They
can't. You're
can't.
contesting the payload.
You contest it.
Okay, so if they don't go in, we go out to contest the payload.
No, no, no. You stay in.
No,
You
if
can
you
contest
stay
it from
there,
inside the
you're
building.
contesting.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought they can just ignore you.
Well, they can't because they need to move the payload, so they have to fight you.
Mary said we should just die there because we can't run. They have a Lucio. We will get the stagger anyway.
Yeah, yeah. If you lose your Lucio and they have a Lucio, you have to die, or you'll get staggered anyways.
Okay.
But B9 killed the Lucio that was pushing him. Somehow.
Benign things.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back a little bit. I believe, okay, so you should know here that right hand shatter based off all charge your team fed.
Yeah.
So going into this team fight, again, always looking at the enemy Reinhardt. So right here, you're playing right of statue, and you weren't able to defend, to block your actual team, right? Because your whole team is on the left side of statue. You see how you go in left side, and then you rotate to the right side for no reason, right? The Ryan notices, okay, right? You get booped, Brigitte boops you, and then the Ryan's like, okay, you're not shielding your team. Let me just shatter your entire team. Thank you. And he just takes a free shatter. So you always have to be making sure that you're playing on the left side of statue. If you rotate, so for example, if you are right here and you rotate around the right side, you stay on the right side. If you rotate around the left side, you stay on the left side of statue, so your entire team is behind you. And this goes for any pillar or column you have in the middle of the map. So your Ryan dies. You killed the Ryan. You end up getting a big shatter because after he got the Zarya kill, he got a little bit too greedy and overextended. They end up grab bombing. You should be able to block this. Which is good. Good pin. And yeah, there's pretty much nothing you can do at that point. But blocking the shatter could have been helpful to kind of prevent you having to use trance a little early in the team fight. Let me back up a little bit here to see what happened. So they beated. You guys were able to kill them, okay? And follow up with your ultimates, okay? Yeah, this is really, really good. Really no mistakes here. And yeah, I like the use of the high ground that you're using right here as well. Taking high ground is all really, really good because it forces them to kind of push you down. Especially after you won a team fight. Oh, okay. So they probably saw lions walk there from the spawn room. So they knew he was here, from what I can see. Okay, so that's really, really bad. That's a risk. Okay, he ends up pinning the Rhine somehow. Oh, B9. So yeah, something I would say to B9, if he was here, is to use his Rhine shield more, trust his Rhine more. To block the grabs. Right here, he has no trust. See, in his Reinhardt. If he just stood behind Reinhardt, he would have been okay.
I think he trusts in the end, but it's too late.
Yeah. No, he was trying to get behind the payload in this situation. He went right past the Rhine. So you should be looking to trust his Reinhardt a little bit more, because if his Rhine dies, the fights are usually lost. So it doesn't matter if he dies from the bomb either. If he's hiding behind his Rhine. You guys end up winning somehow. You just grab and pretty much swing into it and win the fight. And shatter.
You shattered
So
the
you
first.
Oh, yeah, you shatter, then grab the shatter. So right here you only have bomb and rally. So the only thing you could do is rally and then try to stun / pin the Rhine and kill him with the Diva Bomb. So the best thing to do is to put the Diva Bomb here. And then you try to get the Rhine shield down as soon as the bomb goes off. Either if that's from a pin, stun, whatever it is. That's the best way to deal from it. Or he comes out and the Rhine's able to disengage, so that's really, really bad.
I thought they committed because they went in and then they just went out again. So.
Yeah, they disengage randomly. There's no indication. That was pretty much good on them. Let me see why they disengage. Oh, the Rhine got moved backwards. And I guess the rally
I think
came
our
out too.
plan going into that was we pressure the Rhine shield, like force it, so that like even if it doesn't kill anyone, it breaks the Rhine shield. So
No. They were smart. You guys rallied, so they disengaged.
Oh, maybe if we didn't rally
Right?
then.
So the rally forecasted that you guys were going to engage on them. Right? And they're just like, okay, you rally, I'm just going to disengage. Like, I don't need to deal with this. Right?
Yeah.
So the only way you're winning this fight now is if you guys get a juicy grab. Yeah, so if you lose your Brig, you shouldn't be looking for anything here. So you should just be trying to die on card or get out. You lost your Lucio, so it's going to be hard to get out, so you should be trying to die on card. Or
Okay, this Merit was not happy with us not dying on cut.
Yeah. If your Lucio dies ever, you should be looking to die. There's no way you're going to get out unless they make a mistake. Or if you have some mobility ability that can allow you. So if you have like Diva Fly, Winston Leap, then you have Rhine Charge, then you have a chance of getting out. Yeah, so here you should be looking to shatter first. Try to build your shatter in the grab. And yes, and then grab second, obviously. Did you do? Bomb comes out. Ooh, okay. So you end up getting bubbled, right? And you have your shield. So right here, there's really nothing you can do, because assuming you didn't get the bubble, there's still nothing you could do in this situation, right? Because you have to block the bomb, regardless. So yeah. That shatter was a pretty good shatter from Loon. It forced you guys to trance. So right here, Wishlaw, you've been holding your grab for a little bit, so you should be trying to look for it to come out. So as soon
I
as
think we decided
we're
to
trying to
wait for the bomb because I was quite close at this point. I was like, oh, 25% off just.
okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here, what I would be looking for, because their trance just came out, I would be looking for shatter, and then try to bomb. You know what I mean? If that doesn't connect, then grab.
Yeah. I think we just shut it.
Eden, lol.
Yeah, that's bad.
It happens. I was watching you. I didn't think that was forecasted.
It's probably just lucky. Like, to be honest, like 50% of grav 8s that I get are like lucky. Just had DM up at the right time.
I need to send something in a main. Mate's getting mad at me. Okay. So let me just back up a little bit. I was just sending a message. So new team fight, you guys are on high ground. This is really, really good. It forces them to try and deal with you while you guys have a positional advantage, right? But of course you need somebody to contest the card. So up here, you're going to get a lot more damage off on them, and they can get a lot less on you. The Rhine can't swing on you to anybody who's on the high ground. The Brig can't swing on anybody who's on the high ground to bait the Inspire. So that's why being on high ground is really, really good against another Ghost composition. So one, this Brig cannot start inspiring her team. Two, Ryan can't build his Shatter, which he obviously doesn't have. So yeah, right here, if your Diva contests and then gets bubbled, you guys should be dropping down to contest with her, which is exactly what happens. A little late Transcendent. That was a waste of trans. If you already lost 2 teammates, the fight's virtually unwinnable.
Don't forget my bubble on the Transing Zen.
Yeah. I don't think so, though. It's very, very hard to win a fight like this.
I think we do. Why not?
Ah,
Maybe.
surprise.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah, the thing is, if you commit to a fight like this, you're gonna have to spend a lot of resources trying to win it, and then most likely you're gonna win the next fights to come. It's gonna snowball.
It's 10 seconds to like yellow. That was a huge shot.
That was a huge shatter, yeah. So did the Ryan drop the shield or did he get stunned? Was it a stun shatter?
No, we killed the Ryan first.
Ah, okay, so
Ryan
yeah,
charged
that-
into our back
He
line.
got like booped in.
All booped into our back line.
He tried to
Ah,
back it out. He's like,
okay.
he's like, fuck.
Fuck.
Those main
Yeah,
tanks,
lucky.
man.
That was a really good boop from Merit. If the team got booped in, their whole team should have just charged in with the Ryan boop. That would have been the best option. Okay, let me go back to see that. That's pretty good. Okay.
So you recommend like we run my own defense on this map? Just
On
play in the red house.
Yeah, playing the Red House with May is a really, really good option. The only way to counter that is using Junkrat instead of Zenyatta. And spamming into that room is the best way to possibly counter that composition. Other than that, it's virtually uncounterable. It's very, very hard to deal with, and by the time you're done dealing with it, you'll knock out a lot of time in their bank. The only way for them to get rid of you guys in that house is them building their ultimates. But they have to wait from 0 seconds for them to build their ultimates, then for them to use it, then for them to kill the entire team. By that time, you should have a minute 30 in defense. So it's guaranteed time off the clock. And you guys should get a